Hello everyone, welcome to another Art of War strategy video. This is Mr. Fahrenheit from VEC, and today I'll be walking you through the Undead Warrior troop and how to use them effectively whether you are a beginner or an advanced player. Let's start. Alright, before we dive into some clips on how to use the Undead Warriors, first let's take a look at their main attributes. Undead Warriors are one of the fastest troops in the game without a skill boost. They are 9-load melee and their defense and health points are in the range of above average. They are one of the best attackers in the game, and with attack speed of 2 boosting their abilities to become one of the most reliable attack troop in your barracks. Let's put them to the test. Here we have two videos, one Pelts and the other Undead Warriors both taking on the Stone Golem. You would think that the Undead Warriors should finish him faster, however, that's not the case, given that Pelts have the boost ability against wild troops, versus the Undead Warriors don't. Additionally, Pelts are actually starting faster, given that they are ranged troops and Undead Warriors aren't. However, with all these advantages, the Undead Warriors still manage to take it down without losing a single troop, and at the same time with a barely noticeable margin. With the right hero, even this advantage will go towards the Undead Warriors. One general rule about 9-load troop positioning. If they are on the second row, they are still targetable. Watch for example in this video. The pirate ships are targeting the 9-load troops. However, in this video, when I position them in the third row, the pirate ships actually ignored the 9-load troop and went for the Stone Golem. Okay, let's start with the beginner level. And by beginner I mean anyone who's at educator or below. For most I've seen, they have a range of 2 to 4 Undead Warriors between level 9 or 10. Like any other 9-load troop, have the Undead Warriors at row 3 if you need them for early attack, whether you got 2 or 4 of them. However, if you have only 2, then I would keep them at the first and 7th column. The advantage of that for you will be, for both scenarios, of center and split, for defense and offense, they won't be blocked by both sides, and yet they are close enough to get to the front line quickly. If you need to have them at column 2 and 6, for example, you're running a split form, have a disappearing troop including Orc Hunters on 1 and 7, so they don't get blocked if they need to run outwards. Keep in mind, these are just outlines, and you can still have the Undead Warriors at row 3 and 4, not only on the outside columns, but even in the center columns. A great use case will be attacking a 3 center frontline form. However, if you are running a single load troops on 3 and you lack attack in your form, I would definitely consider swapping the Undead Warriors in and place them on the outside columns. For defense and late attack, the Undead Warriors similarly can be placed on the 7th and 6th row. And that can be useful if you have enough attackers between Pelts and Orcs, for instance. I'm going to draw a formation where you have 8 of Pelts and 4 Orcs. And when you have something like this, I would still try to avoid crowding the 4th and 3rd columns. This is not good use case and can lose all your attackers quickly. And remember, their speed is 2. I believe that is equivalent to 2 squares per second. I can be wrong though. But they are fast. And even in the 7th row, they will get to run quickly if they aren't blocked. I've seen some forms that look like this, and all the attack troops are combined, and I know how to actually just take down your attackers, and the game would be super easy for me. Keep in mind, late attackers are the reason sometimes you win with a comeback. So if you have enough attackers in 3 and 4, having them in 6 and 7 is still a great idea. Moving on to intermediate level. This is anyone who is above God of War and below 7k trophies. At this level, it's highly recommended to invest in Undead Warriors. Up to 8 troops is great. And on attack, it's fine to have couple level 9. In addition to everything I mentioned at the beginner section, Undead Warriors are great counters to Rhino Knights. Let me set this up for you. Here I placed 2 Stone Golems and a Rhino Knight. If you are attacking with Pelts, the Rhino Knight will escape and Pelts will follow. Remember, the RK will push back, will get the troops to retarget. So even if they were locked on the stone golem, your troop will change focus to the next nearest troop, and that's the arcade. Having a stack of 6 undead warriors will allow you to take them down in no time, and once done with arcades, they will move towards the SG and will take it down as well. Adding a hero like Sion here will boost the undead warriors, and the speed in which they take down tanks is the highest I've seen. If you have enough undead warriors, you can always distribute them on rows 3, 4, 6, and 7 in case you need them all. I would not recommend that on defense, however for certain offense strategies this is highly recommended. Examples include going against Ali or Davy, where Davy has sacrificed troops, and even UW ability against human race and their strong attack, they can kill Davy in no time. Another attack strategy I use against Angel defenses is placing 5 undead warriors on row 3. With their speed, they are the second closest to the Angel after the Orc Hunters, in case the Orc Hunters get stunned or blown up by Galbakazis. Once they take down the Angel, they serve as a distraction troop while the pelts have arrived and start kiting everyone. I use that often in my offenses if you've seen my videos in Arena. The enemy's army in this case will focus on your undead warriors and start taking them down. While they can still last as they have a high defense, their purpose is done, and then it's Pelt's turn to finish the job. Watch here for example, even though the army difference in strength is obvious, you will see the Angel died quickly. Look at the report here. The Angel lasted only 4 seconds, and the undead warriors averaged 7 seconds. With this information, you should have a great grasp on where and when to use them, ideally in both your offense and defense. Next, we'll start with the advanced section. I focused this section for players in 7K trophies and above, as I'm not going through high details or explanation about all troop positions, but for the orcs and undead warriors. This is one of my favorite attack forms. The orc structure will wrap around the stone golem and bring it the undead warriors that are well positioned to take it down before any of the defense troops even ready to move away from my stone golems. Let's watch it in action. Notice how the defense barely lost any troops, and we are definitely here taking advantage of the SG being a melee that moves forward. Now without the Orc Hunters, the Undead Warriors are not enough. These extra seconds you gain by bringing the Stone Golem towards your army are enough to win or lose the game. Watch here for example. In case of a troop like the Angel that will run towards the first ally it can protect, you can also allow a similar orchestration between Orcs, Undead Warriors, and Pelts. I'm going to set up this defense and move toward a different offense. Undead Warriors' position here will have the ships lock on them. Remember, it's row 2. Orcs will take down the Angel, and that's 4 to 5 seconds, and then will relaunch. The Undead Warriors acted as fast-moving bait. When the ship's stun is over, Sion heals and boost is still on, and both the Undead Warrior and Orcs will turn around and take down the opposition from the middle position, and distract most enemy troops from attacking your Pelts. While Davy is busy in the back rank, the Pelts then will survive and kite down the remaining enemies. One last note on defense-wise. With the Angel moving back to protect the ships, your Undead Warriors will take down the opposition Stone Golem, and more often the opposition Angel. Place on row 3 to get there ASAP. Lastly, you can also have them in the back, and they will run forward if they aren't blocked by any slow-moving troop, or give the enemy hero a different target. Example would be creating a stack of voodoos. This will allow them to either run outward or give the enemy a different target. Alright, with that, I hope this video serves you as well as intended. Please let me know if you have any other ideas on how to use the Undead Warriors, and share your feedback as it's always appreciated. Until next time.